Hello, welcome to Serenity Productions.
Eris wasn't kidding. You are punctual. It's not a bad thing. If anything, it just might make you look like you're trying too hard. You really want to get back to that doctor so quickly, huh? You know she's not going anywhere, right? She's stuck in a cell with nowhere to escape. So really, it doesn't matter how long you take. She's still gonna be in the same spot once they deem you ready. Sorry. I just find it a little odd that you're so infatuated with a woman that twisted you into something that would kill a bunch of innocent people. It's not healthy, you know? I thought your therapist would have had you working on some exercises to try to get over it. Cool it, la gordita. I'm just voicing my observations. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Why don't you take a seat? It's not an order. It's a suggestion. I bet your trainer has been working you ragged. Seeing what you can do, what you can't do. Let's see. Your files say subject. Nothing. I just don't like that word. Subject. You're not some experiment, you're a living being. You shouldn't be poked and prodded at. Anyway, it says you've mastered fire breathing. Enhanced strength, speed, and senses. Greater than most purebloods and alphas. That's something. No wonder why they were very wary about training you. You're already able to take out a portion of the termination team without proper training. It'd be scary to think what you could do with it. No affinity towards magic. Which is odd, considering you have demon blood in you. Could be because you were more focused on the physical aspect of what you were rather than the magical. Nothing wrong with it. They wanted a killer, not a magic user. And the prowess of old dragon shifters is legendary. The fact that they went overboard and decided to try mixing it with demon lord blood is beyond me, but perhaps they didn't have enough to make a full dragon shifter, so mixing it with something else was their best choice. Maybe. If the pen decides you can be trusted with that. Besides, it's not as easy as it seems. You need to learn runes and how they work, as well as how to direct and control your magic bond if you have any. And magic isn't always great to know. You can half shift, so you did get your wings. No, I'm not gonna make you show them to me, it's just nice to know that you did and that you can. Can you fly yet? Surprised they didn't teach you how to fly. Oh, you didn't have your wings yet. Well, maybe you can ask one of the Fae or the Shifters to mentor you. I could try to get someone to teach you. Might take a little bit on my part, though, considering that half the pen is still scared shitless of you, and the other half wants you dead, so might take some convincing. I wasn't trying to be an ass, I just... No, you're right. I'm glad you're aware of how people feel about you. But this isn't a punishment. This is a second chance. You do realize if Eris and Eve hadn't stepped in, you would have been dead, right? And it just kills me that all you can think about is her. Please, I've read your meeting logs with Eris, okay? Harriet's name and the topic of her take up 75% of the conversation. Okay, my math might be a little bit off, but it really isn't that much of an exaggeration now, is it? I know the blue moon orchid effects must have worn off by now. So why are you still so fixated on her? You've said that before. In Eris's notes, she mentions you say Harriet saved you. I was curious about that. How did she save you? Was life really that bad that you thought about ending it? I see. So she just, to put it in nicer terms, picked you up off the streets one day? Her people, then. Ah. So this isn't just the blue moon orchid anymore. You really feel like you owe her this second chance on life. Is that why you took the deal with Eve? Oh, Eve told me about it. We're drinking buddies, and she thought I should know what happened. You really gave Sasha and Eve quite the fright. Eve actually is one of your supporters, you know. Sasha? She's, That's one way to put it. She's not exactly ecstatic about it. Can you blame her? You kept her and her cousin in a cage and threatened to kill them and use them as hostages. So yeah, she's taking a little convincing to get on board with this plan. You look like you feel guilty about that. It wasn't solely your fault, you know. You were under the effects of what Harriet was giving you. Is that what you think? Do you really think that you're a monster not worth saving? Then why go through this? All of this. The abuse you're put through on a daily basis. The fact that you're locked away here in your own wing, far away from anyone. The judging glances, the slurs. Why go through it all? It all comes back to Harriet, huh? Everyone is worth saving. Even you. I believe that. Because if I hadn't, I don't think I would be here right now. That's a story for another day. Back to this, I want to go over some new training sessions with you, as well as introduce meditation techniques into your routine. Yes, this has all been approved by Eris, though she is letting me take the lead on this. I know what it's like to have two parts of yourself combating each other. That and needing a little bit of help after a traumatic experience. You're right. I did say I would tell you what I am. You probably guessed from the different colored eyes that I'm not human. That is true. Some humans do have different colored eyes, but I doubt very many have one that's pure black and one that's pure white. I'm a natural hybrid. An odd one at that. My mother is a banshee, and my father is a siren. Right. Let me give you a little bit of a mythic lesson. A siren is an ethereal creature usually found in the sea. They bring humans or other creatures to their deaths by singing and trancing them until they're shipwrecks. Or they drown themselves. My dad really isn't like that anymore. He's in a folk band traveling around the country right now. A banshee is a being that appears when death is coming. Her screams indicate that someone close by is going to die, and she has a close relationship with death. While all of that is true, the one part that isn't, according to human mythology, is that they're ghosts. While ghostly looking, my mother is very much a physical being, I can assure you. Both came over from the ethereal. My mother's people ended up in Ireland. My father's in the Caribbean. I guess that does make me part Irish, and part whatever island my dad decides to be from. I think right now he's liking Puerto Rico. That's why I know Spanish. My father spent a lot of time there, and, I grew up there. Ponce, to be exact. I miss it sometimes. It's odd, trust me. It's a very rare combination. Whereas stuff like Fae and human hybrids happen all the time, thanks to Fae being usually what they are, a banshee and a siren meeting up is almost a once-in-a-lifetime chance, and then a banshee actually having a child is an oddity on its own. I met only 2 others like me before. Banshees don't really have kids to begin with because they're creatures associated with death, so for one of them to bring life is... it's dangerous. I'm very lucky that my mother is still alive. Childbirth complications and banshees are the norm. Oh, trust me, You don't want to hear me sing. It doesn't end well for anybody. Okay. Ease up on the questions. What I can do and what I can't do are on a need-to-know basis right now. So let's just continue the good work that you started, and maybe, I reward you with a bit more information about myself. When you're good. Sound good? Okay then. Now, let's get back to the new items I want to add on your daily schedule. I think you're gonna like them, but I want to get your opinion on the matter. So, if I could just have a bit of your time, let's get going.